So we have yet another example of Starlink being used for good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We're all following the situation in Ukraine right now, and Elon Musk confirmed on Saturday that Starlink is activated in Ukraine right now and more terminals are on the way. Of course, this comes as the Ukrainian internet has been disrupted due to the Russian invasion. Elon Musk said on Twitter, Starlink service is now active in Ukraine, more terminals en route. And this was actually a reply to a tweet from a Ukrainian government official who was asking Elon to help them with the internet situation. Ukrainian's vice prime minister tweeted Elon Musk saying, while you try to colonize Mars, Russia tries to occupy Ukraine. While your rockets successfully land from space, Russian rockets attack Ukrainian civil people. And we've learned that internet connectivity in Ukraine has been affected, particularly in the southern and eastern parts of the country. That's where fighting has been the heaviest. Of course, Starlink requires that special modem, which Elon says is being shipped now and should be delivered soon. And Starlink has come in handy in natural disasters. In fact, it's finally now up and running in Tonga, but this is definitely a different kind of use for Starlink. And I was reading on Twitter, and Dr. Eric Ding makes some really interesting points about this. He's a pretty well-known epidemiologist and health economist. Now that the Starlink satellite internet is activated for Ukraine, this will circumvent Putin's attempts to cut off Ukraine's internet from the world. Dr. Eric Ding writes, Putin will definitely not like this. What a crazy time to be alive. Seriously, stop and think about it. No oligarch or king or emperor in history could be usurped like this. Unblocked Starlink for Russia-wide next. He also writes, the irony is that Elon Musk once tried to buy the ICBMs from Russia, but he scrapped that instead to build SpaceX. If he went with Putin, he probably couldn't do what he just did for Ukraine above. When one door closes, sometime life opens another window. And look at this tweet from September 2021. Elon said, our satellites launching in the next few months have inter-satellite laser links, so no local downlink needed, probably active in 4 to 6 months. And Michael Sheets wrote on Twitter, how does transmitting into a country without a local downlink work on the regulatory side? Elon says they can shake their fist at the sky. John Scott Railton makes an interesting point. He says, regarding Elon Musk's Starlink donation, it's good to see, but remember, if Putin controls the air above Ukraine, users' uplink transmissions become beacons for airstrikes. And we know that Starlink often provides emergency service to parts of the world cut off from the internet, like after Tonga's volcanic eruption.
As you may have heard on the news, the Starlink teams responded to a volcanic catastrophe and tsunami earlier this year in the island nation of Tonga. For those of you who may not be familiar with Tonga, it's comprised of 169 islands and is located in the South Pacific Ocean, directly south of Samoa, in a very remote part of the world. Since the natural disasters earlier this year, the Starlink team was able to provide internet service to connect remote villages in Tonga that have been cut off as a result. The way Starlink was deployed is representative of one of the ways Starlink works best, in remote or rural areas where internet connectivity is sometimes unavailable.
So I know many of you guys have probably already seen this, but I also know not everyone has Twitter. So I just wanted to make you aware of this. I think that it's really great that Starlink can be used for this reason. And I'm really excited to learn even more about Starlink. Actually, I signed up to attend the Satellite 2022 conference that is next month in Washington, D.C. And I'm really excited to really be a true journalist for you guys and actually be a press person at a conference where there's going to be Gwen Shotwell, there's going to be Peter Beck, Jonathan Hoffeller, a bunch of really interesting people. So I'm really interested to learn more, hear what they have to say, and then of course relay that information back with you guys. So I thought that I would let you know that I will be attending that. And again, just a really great example of Starlink helping in a time when it is desperately needed. As always, thank you so much for supporting the Ellie in Space channel. Please make sure to subscribe if you're not already. You don't want to miss the future videos that I'm working on, and I'll see you soon.